I had a brilliant idea to beat all of New Super Mario Bros Wii World 1 with just using my feet and a controller, not using my hands at all. Let's get right into it. So for the setup of this video, all I'm going to be doing is taking my Peach Wiimote, or Wii controller, and taping it to the ground with this duct tape. In the end, I end up getting a little bit creative of how I tape it down, but in the start, I just tape it across and hope it stays. Hopping directly into World 1 here, we already have the Luigi playthrough popping up there just because we already have so many attempts, which I'll show a little bit later just to have it make a little bit more sense in the video. As you can see, it's already really difficult just to collect a power-up, so there's a lot going into this, and it is not the easiest. It's just a lot of fat-toeing all of the buttons. And thankfully I can sprint because I'm able to press the 1 button as well as the 2 button at the same time, so you can sprint and jump just by sliding your toe over, which is very useful in the earlier stages. But we're just going to run on up and get the flags. So World 1, not terrible, not a lot of ways to die, even though we did die a ton, but we're getting better over time. And we're just going to die in a second, so we just died there. And again, we have Luigi just because it took so many attempts, but we're going to breeze through World 1 here. Not actually a breeze because we died so many times, but we're going to finish up level 1, which is pretty easy. Still struggling, and I also died a lot at this part, jumping over the gap there. And we're basically at the end here. We already went through a couple of fails, of course, and we're just going to go underneath just because it's a lot easier. We don't have to deal with any of the Goombas or turtles near the top, which is another risk of dying. So we're just going to run underneath here, no problem, get all the way to the end, and I think that's a successful level 1. So I'll just cut to me dying a bunch of times, and hopefully you enjoy that.
Mario time! Let's go!
Directly into level 2 here. As you can see, we have the Luigi at the top, and unfortunately my knee is a little bit in the way, but it moved out there pretty quick, so we just got to try to figure out how to head down into the pipe without fat-toeing every single button. As you can see, my toes are a little bit large, so it's kind of hard to click on the D-pad down there. Jumping and sprinting is fine because there's only 2 buttons, but I keep clicking all the other random stuff that is in the way. So just very quickly, we're going to head over to the checkpoint. I am using checkpoints as you saw in World 1, otherwise this challenge would be a lot harder. So it's an intended mechanic, we're going to use it, and I make this 6 slide underneath there, which was very hard with the toes, but we got it and get the checkpoint. Unfortunately, we die a few more times, as you just saw. But other than that, it's pretty much smooth sailing to the end. I basically speedrun it, as you can see, jumping all over this Goomba there, and I make a sick kick save all the way back. And from there, it's pretty easy. Try to avoid the piranha plant at the top here because I died to that multiple times, so I'm just going to take it nice and slow and try not to die there. But yeah, almost miss the jump on the exit here, but we're good, and I navigated that perfectly all the way back in, so it's great. Everything's looking good, and then we're coming over here, and I keep sliding just because I can almost, like, I'm touching both buttons at the same time on accident. But we got to the end relatively easily. This one wasn't as bad as World 1 because I'm starting to figure out how to actually do it. I'm figuring out how to play.
Let's go!
We got level 3, actually, not World 3. We're not even close to World 3, which I do surprisingly well on. I'm pretty sure I get it first go. So we don't have to make any edits or any cuts. I don't even die. And we just breeze through this, dodge the hammer bro, which is surprising because this level's sometimes hard just in the normal gameplay. I think Yoshi made it a lot easier. And I also didn't get the cannon on this level because we're just doing World 1. We're not trying to beat the entire game. And as you can see, I keep crouching because I can't move for the life of me. Jumping up is also very hard because you gotta jump and move at the same time. And as you can see, now we can almost speed run it through. Just go as fast as we can. We can sprint by pressing 1 and going back and forth with the 2. And it's very easy with the Yoshi. Just running through. We do lose him a couple of times, unfortunately, as you'll see in a little bit. Otherwise, it's pretty smooth sailing. Not much to say about this. Kill the Hammer Bros there, run across, and get the checkpoint, which we didn't even need. We didn't even need it. So as you can see, this is a clean run through, which is great. Those are pretty hard to do, especially if you're just using your feet. It's hard to do in the normal game, and it's hard to especially do running. So that was a clean little Yoshi grab there, just to get him again. And we actually did it again here and somehow jumped on very quickly. Lost him there, jumped on again, which is nice, and we just make it to the end very, very easily, very, very cleanly, and I'm pretty happy with how level 3 went. So we'll move on to the next. There is Toad going away, and we're going to move on to the tower, or 1-castle, or the castle as some people call it as well. This one was very difficult. It was pretty easy to get up to the flag, but after that it was insanely hard. So here's just a little clip of us getting up to the flag, and then it's going to be us dying a few times until we actually finish the level. So I'll try to commentate my best. Unfortunately, my feet are in the way in the top right, so it does cut off a little bit of the level, but hopefully you can still understand what's going on. As you can see, we jump across there, and we're able to run under through there, and pretty much navigate the beginning part very easily. It wasn't bad at all. This part was a little bit annoying just because we kept falling. Because again, it's really hard to navigate with your feet. I highly recommend you guys try this challenge. Compared to some of my other challenges, this one was very, very safe because I've played non-breathing. If you want to see all of those videos, make sure to check them out. But I'm not going to plug the video right now because we're talking about this one. So as you can see, I'm just fat-toeing all the buttons. Maybe I should try this with a DDR pad or something. That might have been a little bit easier. But it's really hard to navigate, I should say. Like, just run and jump. It takes a lot of coordination because normally with your hands you don't fat finger all the buttons, and even if sometimes you do fat finger the buttons. But every single time I play this, I fat toe everything, which I'll be mentioning a lot. But yeah, we're about like halfway through the video, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little section because it was really, really hard, and that's why it's really long, and I just wanted to not cut anything out just so you guys knew that I did it legit. If you want to see a more edited version, let me know about that. Again, sorry for the top right getting cut out, but once we get up top, it's not terrible, and we make a sick play here. We do a double jump up top, which is how you actually get to a coin, I believe. So we collect that, and we get to the checkpoint, which is awesome, and then we just die a bunch of times right after we get the checkpoint, which happens, you know. So here's all the deaths that we had in between, and this one was really unfortunate because I just couldn't move back and just walked off the edge. So I decided to add more tape just so I had a little bit more consistency, and it worked out really, really nicely. So we ended up taping everything down. We added some stuff in between just so the controller doesn't move at all. We completely taped it down, which made it a lot nicer. So we kept getting to the end. We couldn't manage it though. Kept dying. So as you can see, we died a bunch of times. We don't die anymore though on this level. We managed to make it to the top somewhat cleanly, not the cleanest. I kept dying on this part, as you saw in that little clip section there. But here we actually make it to the top very, very cleanly, except for falling down there. After this one we make it, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't get crushed because, again, I only have 8 lives left, and I don't want to go through all of them because then you have to redo the checkpoint at the beginning. So here I do a little bit of a cheeky jump and then a wall kick to get up there, and let's see what we get here. It is a star, so the star is not helpful at all. Usually I hope for a power up there, and we ended up getting mushrooms, or not mushrooms, 1-ups all the other times we did it, which is very unhelpful. But this section took so long. It was really hard to jump up to this platform, because as you can see I just kept fat-toeing everything, and my strategy was just to click one side, run, and wall jump. I just kept doing that over and over again, and here I really need the mushroom, which I get. Sometimes it just randomly goes in random directions, I'm not able to get it, but I was able to get it there. And again, my strategy is to wall kick, so I'm waiting for the perfect time so I can jump on top of Dry Bones there, so he doesn't kill me, which we ended up getting, but then we fall all the way back down, and that's just showing how hard this challenge is. We also have to watch out for the time limit, because that is a real issue when you can't even jump from a platform to a platform. But at least we have the mushroom. We have the mushroom now, so that's good. We're powered up, so we can take a hit from, I even forgot his name. The guy at the top of the tower, the Tower 1 boss. I think it's Larry or something. But yeah, here you can see our wall kick strategy is paying off. But yeah, it's just really hard to do all of it. And here I wanted to go for another wall run, which we actually get, and wall kick. And we're coming over, and hopefully we can get Dry Bones at the top there. Yeah, we got him. And we made it up another section. So it's a little bit of a checkpoint here. So as you can see, we made it up the section. This section's also very hard. I hope I can do it pretty cleanly. Which I think I actually do on this run, unlike the part before. I do it somewhat cleanly. Again, this part's hard because the platforms are moving, but if I do my wall kick and jump up there, we get all that done. And here I go for the power up, which is also a little bit hard to get, but I navigate that pretty cleanly on this one as well. So the great thing about having the fire flower is I can just spam 1, which you'll see in my right foot here. I'm spamming as fast as I possibly can, because that is a way to kill him. He takes damage, so I jump over there, and if I just keep spamming 1, that's already 1 life gone. I have to kill him 3 times, and with 1 gone, that's awesome. So it's really hard to jump and avoid it when he tries to kill me, so as you can see there, but we got another hit off. So we just have to kill him 1 more time, and as you can see, I'm trying to dodge out of the way there, but it's really, really difficult. And he's coming for me, and he goes to hit me, and I just get him before he can, and almost run off the edge there, which would have been really sad. But that is the castle done, which is amazing. I didn't think it would happen that quickly. In this level, we have another first try, so I'm just waiting for the Goombas to come, and I lied, it's not first try. I thought it was. I'll have to go back and edit that, actually, because I put it in there as a first try. So this level I thought was going to be a first try, but as you can see in the clip, I just tried to jump on the Goomba, which we do in this one, but the try before, I actually just completely died, which I thought was pretty funny. I didn't even notice that when editing. I thought I got this one first try, but I guess it was second. So we get the mushroom there. And this level is a lot easier because I can just hold down 1 direction and just click 2. And 2 is very easy to click just because I don't have to move my foot. I can just spam it as much as I want, and it goes down pretty easily. So as you can see, we're just spamming my foot there, and it's just nice and easy. It's nice and clean, which isn't the same as all the other levels. I can't just speedrun it, basically. So what I gotta do is just click 2 here, nice and chill-like, and it makes it nice and easy. We did take a little bit of damage there, unfortunately, but it's not the end of the world, because we get the checkpoint, which levels us up again, and without the checkpoint, or if we kept our power, it wouldn't have done anything anyway. So we're going to try to navigate this guy. I slowed down a little bit, and I can't even make it past him, but I just go into the little guy, normal short Mario, and just keep spamming 2, just going all the way through. So it's a little bit of a boring level, probably not as boring as the one before it, 1-Castle, just because it was so slow and hard to navigate. I'm sure a lot of you clicked off, so if you're still watching, make sure to comment below that you made it to the water level. That would be amazing. Because I appreciate the support, guys, I really do. These videos take a lot of time and a lot of energy, a lot of raging as well, because, like, why would I do this? There's not really any point unless it's for you guys. I do have fun making these videos and challenging myself in different ways, but it's all for you guys in the end. So you guys, I hope you enjoy these types of videos because they're fun to make. And we make it to the end here. We just gotta not die to the flying Koopa, and we make it across, which is great. Onto the flagpole, and I'll see you guys in the next level.
Mario time.
So we actually ran into the Goomba here instead of getting another level, which is alright. So we're just gonna somehow survive this. I was actually very impressed with how I did this. I just ran and jumped on all the Goomba's heads, which was amazing. So we actually got a bunch of power-ups here, which I hopefully end up using. And here we go into another world. This one, I just died once, maybe twice, I don't quite remember. But here, we're starting at the beginning, we get our mushroom, which is amazing. I don't think this level was very hard at all. I don't think it usually is in the normal game either. You really just gotta run and jump, and in this one, I actually got a double turtle kill there, which is amazing. So I'm just running, jumping off these guys' heads, waiting for the piranha plant to go down, which is honestly the hardest part of the level, is just avoiding all of the people that could possibly kill me. So here, we actually make it to the end, so we only died once on this level, which is amazing. Pretty proud of that, because there are a lot of things we have to dodge, but it's a pretty quick level, and a pretty fun one at that. So here we go, making it to the end, and getting the 1-up, which is awesome, because we need that for the final castle.
Mario time.
Alright, here we go into the final castle. We died a bunch of times in the very beginning, as you can see, which was not the most fun, but then we also got to the flag, which was amazing. Using this strategy, we lost our mushroom, which is very unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. So we're just gonna run along and hopefully not get crushed by the gear there. Getting to the flag was honestly not the hardest part. It wasn't bad at all. We got the coin as well, so we're running through here. And yeah, just getting the flag was honestly a lot easier. After that, it gets a little bit annoying, just because it's hard to navigate all the thwomps which come after it with my very limited movement skills with this. So there we go, getting the flag and then dying shortly after. A bunch of times. We die a bunch of times, as you can see. So we ended up having to make a strategy switch, which you'll see here. I restarted, and we got the nunchuck. So getting the nunchuck was very important, because it'll allow for more movement back and forth, which helps with the thwomps after, which I was really struggling with. I made it through once or twice without the nunchuck, but I just couldn't win. So as you can see, there's a lot more control. The only problem is I can't sprint, which makes the thwomp section a lot harder, not being able to sprint. But as you can see, we get back to the flag pretty easily here, avoiding all the gears and everything. It wasn't the end of the world. I think it was pretty easy to get back to the flag, but I'm pretty happy with the strategy switch, because it didn't take too much longer after we got back to the flag, which is amazing. And we also are fully powered up, which hopefully helps us. I know it doesn't, and you guys will see in a second that it doesn't. I die a bunch of more times, which is really unfortunate in the worst ways. Made it to the end a couple of times, and I just kept dying over and over again. But eventually I will stop dying. Right here, I stop dying. And I end up making it to the end. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. You can skip to the boss fight, or you can watch me go past all these thwomps in a very slow fashion, because this is really the only way I could do it, because I couldn't sprint, because I can't press 1 anymore, and the sprint is on B, and I don't have access to the B button at all. I thought it would be fun just to get this coin. I can make the jump across without sprinting, but I figured why not get the coin? It's there, it's easy to get, so I snagged that. And here we are, running all the way across, grabbing the coins for hopefully some extra 1-ups, which I did need a lot of those. And jumping up for that doesn't really do anything, except it's cool. It gives us a couple extra coins. When you're sprinting, it helps a lot, but we can't sprint through this section because we can't sprint, as I mentioned before. So we're just avoiding all the thwomps. This was the most annoying part. I kept taking damage here, and I can't take any damage for the boss fight. I could, it makes it a lot harder though, and I didn't want to do that. So that was the most annoying part to get through. We can run straight through that, and then this part I kept dying a lot as well, because we have to jump to a very tiny platform, which is right there, and we executed that perfectly. Run across, we can jump onto the gear there, And the nunchuck, I think, was just such a good play because it allows for so much more movement. As you can see, if I had just the Wiimote, I would not be able to avoid these dry bones. They would easily kill me, and I just got a lot better, a lot faster with the nunchuck and the movement. It's unfortunate you can't sprint, but it's not the end of the world. So here we go, making it all the way here. We're going to collect our fire power-up, which just gives us a little bit extra time, I guess, because we can't really hit them because the platforms end up moving. But we're entering the boss battle here, so hopefully it goes well. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do have a little surprise after this, but here's the boss battle begins. I believe his name's Larry, I can't quite remember, but we just gotta avoid his original shot there, which we do pretty easily, and here we can just jump on his head because he's down there, and we end up missing, which is not the end of the world, so we have to run away a little bit, but we get him there, and then if you just run away, he falls into one of the little cracks, and you can just easily avoid him. So here we go to jump on him again. That's 2 in a row, which was very nice. I figured out the strategy a little bit. You just gotta run, avoid him at all costs, and before he can fully re-emerge, you wanna jump on his head, but this last one, we get it right there, and finally beat World 1, but we didn't beat all the levels in World 1. We have one more to go. So I'm gonna be showing you guys that here in a second, and it's the Sky one. We still use the nunchuck because we're doing this one last. So I hope you guys enjoy this one because it was very difficult, especially at the end. We actually got the checkpoint first try, which was awesome. It made it a lot easier, but there is a funny moment of us getting this checkpoint, which is why I wanted to share this, because while it was difficult, it was pretty funny. So here we are, we're trying to jump up because I don't think we can make that jump without sprinting, so we're trying to avoid Koopa there, our little turtle guy, and run on over here, which we get pretty easily. So now we're at this section, and we can just breeze through this. This level is pretty easy. It's a little bit harder without sprinting, but it's not the end of the world. And it is pretty hard with your feet just because you have pretty precise controls. And here's the funny part, is I actually have to spin my Wii remote. How do I spin my Wii remote? You'll see in a second. It's pretty funny. So I try to shake it there, it doesn't really work. So I have to take the tape off, which, as you'll see, I get down there to do. That's my hand. That doesn't count because I'm not technically using the Wii remote, I'm just moving the tape. So I didn't want to redo the whole level, so I was just moving the tape there. And it moved a little bit there, but it's fine because here you can actually see the wiggle and process. I was able to wiggle like that, just enough to get it, and then move all the way over there, and finish this section out, which was awesome. I thought I had to spin here again, but I didn't, so I realized that when I tried to spin it. And I can move on over here, take a little bit of damage. It's whatever though, because the real fear is falling off. We get the flag, and then the end part was the hardest part. We just kept falling off here because we couldn't sprint. It was really hard to make these jumps, but we finally got it. We got a little rhythm down, almost like a speed run. So you just run on over here, jump on this guy. Usually I hit him, not this time. I think we hit him though, which is great. Love jumping on the enemies' heads. And here, we just cleanly run through it. You know, it would be a lot easier with sprinting. As you can see, we do get some close calls, but we make it all the way through, and we make it in time to reach this green platform over here, which was also causing some problems, and barely make to the jump to the end, and finish out the entirety of World 1. So I really hope you guys enjoyed, but that's it. That's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to check out my other content, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.